What is up, y'all? Here again, want to make some money. Like we're at the one today. So, you know who we're getting. We're going with Gibbs. Obviously, you could argue, you could take Bijan at one, maybe the better running back, but Jameer Gibbs is in the better offense. And after today's game, Tua looked horrible. So, again, we're taking Gibbs. We're not going to think about it. And so, that gives us some time to kind of, because obviously there is going to be 20 plus picks after us, right? So kind of gives us some time to explain this contest here that we're in today. We are in the boxer. This is, if you guys don't know, this is underdog best ball. So what it is like there's no commitment. You pretty much draft with 11 other guys. So normally like what you would do with like your friends and stuff. um, 12 people, and so you draft your team, and pretty much your top scoring running backs go into your starting lineup, your top scoring wide receivers going to your starting lineup, and so then that pretty much builds your lineup for the week. And so through the first 14 weeks, that's the qualifiers, and so here are the round advancements. So you draft for 12 people, the top four for this one, which is pretty good. So we're going to try to do the three max entries. So top four scoring teams through 14 weeks advance. And then two out of five. So you're going up against four other people. So two of the best scoring people advance after week 15. And then week 16, two out of four people would advance to the 416 seed final. So if you make it to the final, that guarantees you $50 from $18. So pretty not bad at all. Obviously, this gives you a better chance of getting into the final, compared to the other ones where it's like, this one's two out of 12 teams, then one out of 10, then one out of five, and then there's a 750 seat final, right? So obviously that's more difficult. But this one gives you the opportunity to get 20,000 or make 20,000 or even 10,000 or 5,000. So pretty good in my opinion. Um, Now let's see here. I'm just trying to see what are these teams looking like, and so um, who we may possibly get. So I'm just gonna queue up some guys that I like here and see who I'm able to get. So again, going back to this is um, half PPR, one QB, two RB, three wide receiver, one flex, one tight end, and 10 bench spots, right? No defense, no kicker. Um, Obviously, with the three wide receiver that we have to absolutely start, we want to make sure we don't fall too behind at the wide receiver, right? Malik never goes at pick 20, so I was actually hoping we would be able to get Malik Neighbors. Drake London and AJ Brown also go. So I am okay taking these two guys with Nico Collins and Rishi Rice. Um, Let me take Nico Collins because I'm for sure gonna take Nico Collins. I am considering moving up Ekbuka just because, yeah, Rishi Rice is good to go. Let's take Rishi Rice. Um, and then we could possibly get Patrick Mahomes in like round eight, right? So we are okay. We're at a great start. Obviously, like I mentioned, don't want to fall too behind at wide receiver. And so we're gonna just go smash on back to back wide receivers here. Um, but let's see who's able to make it back to us. Obviously, we are it's gonna be quite some time. But let's start queuing up some guys, obviously, like if they fall to us. Obviously, these are some guys that I do like, but I doubt they will. But just in case, there's some guys I'm skipping, obviously, but obviously, like I'd rather get Terry over Luther Burden. I'd rather get David Montgomery over Burden. All right, let's follow the draft board, see how that's looking. So Love goes at pick 26, Haw 27, Olave 28, Kyron Williams at 29. My guy Buka hasn't gone actually, so I really doubt he'll make it back to me. But it's interesting to see because I think people are realizing he may be hurt. He may, yeah, like they mentioned that he may be ready for week 1, but who knows, right? That always happens. Um, Here is something I saw here today. Yeah, so Tampa Bay Bucks are very optimistic about wide receiver Mecca Buka week 1 availability. So it may happen, but who knows, right? Obviously, I think this is some pretty good information there. Ikbuka actually makes it all the way to pick 36. I think people are starting to see that he hurt his toe, right? Um, and going back, I think I heard something good about Waddle or read something good about Waddle. May have been this one here. I don't know, but it's obviously good to, if you didn't get to watch the preseason games, it's good to kind of follow up. Get this team at 12 is looking pretty freaking interesting. I'm really liking this team at 12. Um, Obviously, he has the two anchor running backs and two pretty solid wide receivers here. I had a similar start to this at what this guy has at 12 and love that team. So let's see who makes it to us. Obviously, we do have some guys here queued up. I may just go running back, and be done at running back for quite some time, just because these running backs between like 6 and 10 are kind of iffy, right? We're able to get Swift and Baisho to them. We're great. I mean, if Cam Scatterbo or Josh Jacobs fall to us, that'd be lovely. Well, Josh Jacobs goes at pick 43, Loveland at pick 44. So yeah, I was just saying, like, if you're not able to catch some of the preseason games, I would definitely recommend trying to get some information here. Obviously, like the Omar Cooper, like the rookie news and all that information, that's pretty good to like keep up, right? David Montgomery goes at pick 45. Would have been great to be able to get David Montgomery. Burden goes. We may be able to get our guy with Scat. So see what this guy takes. Mike Evans goes. So we're gonna take Cam Scatterbo. And we are gonna take DeAndre Swift. I do like Swift with the safe floor because he is in a great offense with Chicago, and so I think I am in a great spot at running back, right? Williams goes to pick 50. So yeah, like I was saying, yeah, just try to keep up with this, especially with the rookie news. You know, if you're too busy, don't know what's going on. Braylon Allen is actually someone I may be targeting towards the end of the draft, just because he seemed like he did pretty well today. Um, yeah, he stole some snaps from Brees Hall, and he had a TD today, so pretty good, dude. So obviously, keeping up with that helps you with like not just best ball, but helps you with your home leagues, helps you with like get the handcuffs, beat your buddies, get those handcuffs, and give you some like trade value, right? In case you want to trade, you have the backup handcuff running backs and all that. So Roma Dunze goes at pick 57. Let's queue up some guys that I am interested in getting here in case they fall to us. Obviously, Tyler Warren seems great. Jordan Tyson, I know, is dealing with a hamstring injury, so not that great. BTJ is actually getting some pretty good news in training camp. So just in case he falls to us, we are going to get him here. We are going to eye. It's I don't usually take QB this early, but I feel like I kind of been messing up not taking QB because I really don't like the QBs that I take later. So let's see if Caleb Williams fall to us. That'd be great to kind of pair up with Swift. I know it's not a stack, but DeAndre Swift does catch the ball, right? So if we don't get the points from the like passing game, we'll get it from the floor game, right? Carnell Tate goes at pick 62. Yeah, BTJ goes at pick 61. I may be targeting BTJ a little more, especially in round 6, 7. That'd be great. That'd be a great pick, I think. Lamar Jackson makes it to round six. It's pretty interesting. Um, yeah, I'm surprised like the elite quarterbacks haven't gone. Usually you'll start seeing like Drake May, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow go here. Obviously, like Joe Burrow may make it to the Jamar Chase team. Trevion goes. Um, like I won't be surprised if Jalen Hurts goes here. Oh, he goes with Jaden Daniels to stack with Terry McLaurin. Like I would have figured he probably would have gone with Jalen Hurts to stack with Devontae Smith, right? But Jordan Tyson goes, so I guess this guy's not too worried about the hamstring, unless he doesn't is not up to date with the news, right? So let's see here. See who this guy is gonna take. Jalen Warren goes at pick 69. I'm not a big Jalen Warren fan. I feel like he may lose his starting role to Rico Dottle. So I'm surprised. Like usually these guys, I don't know why I get it. He went with the AJ Brown stack. I would have definitely gone with the Joe Burrow stack though. Um, Here's the thing. Let's take Caleb Williams, and we're gonna take Tucker Craft. I am liking the Tucker Craft. I'm hearing great news from training camp. I am all in on Tucker Craft. He was great last year, so seems like he's gonna be ready for week one. Hearing great things about him in training camp. So, yo, is Omari and Hampton for Saquon Barkley trade of fleece or fair trade in fantasy? Who would he be getting? I personally like Omari and Hampton better, but I feel like it's like a one like it's not obviously leaned one way. The only thing is that Saquon Barkley is a year older, but now that they changed the coaching staff, I think Saquon Barkley may just like have a decent bounce back here, right? So, who would he be getting? Kind of curious now. To answer your question, it is a fair trade. So yeah, the elite quarterbacks started going here. I don't know why people do this. They take two elite quarterbacks, two great quarterbacks back to back, kind of messes them up. Like he only has two running backs here. I know this is basketball, but I definitely wouldn't do this here. Josh Downs goes at pick 80. Josh Downs actually has been coming up um, the ranks here. Yeah, that may have been a reach for Josh Downs. He went way before Alec Pierce, so that's actually pretty interesting. Yeah, let's queue up some guys that seem pretty interesting here. I'm gonna take RJ Harvey. Alec Pierce is of interest. J.K. Dobbins, obviously, I feel like we could get J.K. Dobbins some great usable weeks from J.K. Dobbins. Um, Again, we said we're possibly going to take Patrick Mahomes, but I want to take another wide receiver, right? We know we only have two wide receivers here, and with this format here, we need to at least start three wide receivers. So we're really falling on wide receiver here, and we don't want to do that. I know we already have Caleb Williams, so we we really need to hop on another wide receiver. Maybe if Xavier Worthy's there. I know he's dealing with an injury, but maybe we could do Xavier Worthy and Patrick Mahomes and go with the Kansas City offense. And obviously, we know Patrick Mahomes is a great QB, right? So we know either one of those guys is going to pop off, or both guys, right? Just because Patrick Mahomes is now hurt or was hurt last season, towards the end of the season, he's not going to be as mobile. And so I think he's just going to be throwing the ball more than running, right? So um, Michael Pittman Jr. is actually someone I am targeting as well. With DK Metcalf, it's like he could be boom bust, right? So I am really thinking, I think Michael Pittman Jr. may actually get more targets, more receiving yards than DK. So Michael Pittman Jr. actually goes at pick 94. Xavier, yeah, Xavier Worthy's all the way down there. Okay, so I am on the clock here. Alec Pierce is the faller here. So we're gonna take Alec Pierce. I know he has that ankle injury, so not a big fan. I am considering just taking another wide receiver here like Jordan Addison. I'll just go with Patrick Mahomes, right, as my second QB. Um, I think I'm just gonna take Patrick Mahomes to stack with Rasheed Rice. We could possibly get um, Travis Kelsey on the way back, and I think we are in a pretty good spot here. Again, don't want to fall too behind a wide receiver. Kyle Pitts goes to pick 98. Chuba Hubbard goes to pick 99. I know Chuba is dealing with an injury, hamstring injury, so kind of need to monitor that, see how that goes. So I think I'm pretty good at running back here. Obviously, with Gibbs, Scadaboo, and all share different buy. So I may not take another running back for some time unless like we have a pretty big faller here, right? Um, but I'm sorry, I'm just queuing up some guys here who some people that I do like, right? I mean, George Kittle just is coming off an injury. I'd rather take Travis Kelsey at this point, just to stack with Mahomes, right? Casey Concepcion's there. Um, Jalen Coker and Deshaun Stribling is there. I mean, I am really liking Deshaun Stribling, but I am not going to reach all the way there. I feel like we could possibly get someone that's already established in the offense. Someone like Wandale Robinson, although he's not established, but he's been established in the league, right? And I think he's going to be a PPR machine. Someone like Jacoby Myers. I'm hearing great things about Jaden Higgins. So although I do like Deshaun Stribling, I'm not going to reach like 15. What's up, man? How's the drafts tonight? What do you mean, man? Pretty good. I did one on the phone, and then yeah, Wanda Robinson goes at pick 109, so there goes our hope to get him. Pretty good. I did one on the phone, and now we're just trying to do one and stream it here. Um, but not bad, man. Not too bad. This one is the this one is the boxer. Pretty good chance of getting into the final, just in case you're trying to get into a best ball. I think this one's a great one. Obviously, you could have a chance of making $20,000, right? So that's what we're trying to do here. And obviously, this kind of gives us practice for like the home leagues or the leagues that you do at work or with your buddies, right? To kind of see what people are thinking, what people are doing. But Matthew Stafford goes at pick 115, George Kittle 116. So it seems like Rashad White is the faller here. I am liking Rashad White. Um, I think he can take the starting role. Travis Kelsey goes at pick 118, so there goes our hope to do that double stack here. Rashad White goes at pick 119. So we are on the clock here. We are. We do have Nico Collins. I don't know. Should we just take Jaden Higgins and then just take that offense with Houston? Um, At this point, I am liking Deshaun Stribling over Casey Concepcion. I may just mess up somebody's freaking draft. Let's just Deshaun Stribling isn't a better offense. Let's take Deshaun Stribling over Casey Concepcion. I know they're both rookies here. We're just gonna go with the guy. Dude, I messed up. I messed up. I just realized I got three wide receivers with the same buy. That is not good. Don't have my glasses here. I should have probably just gone with Romeo Dobbs or Casey Concepcion. Um, though I am liking Deshaun Stribling. Not gonna lie. So let's just kind of pivot. Obviously, we're not gonna take any more wide receivers with a week 8 bye. I think we did snipe the guy who has. I mean, Jack Stribling was a reach. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, I feel like he could possibly give me the same points or more points than Debo Samuel, more points than Raheed Shaheed, maybe Jalen Coker. You know what I mean? So again, we are going for upside here. Casey Concepcion was a faller. He goes at pick 128. Casey Concepcion was someone I was considering. So, um, yeah, man. We may be able to take CJ Stroud. We'll just stack him with Nico Collins and Jaden Higgins and be done at QB. Obviously, not something that I'm trying to do here with um, have three QBs through the first 12 rounds, but especially when I have Caleb Williams. But it's cool, right? It's fine. Keenan Mitchell goes at pick 133. Let's see. Let's start queuing up some guys that I do like. I'll definitely take Tyrone Tracy if he falls. Just kind of be done at running back. I mean, do we just go with Woody Marks and CJ Stroud? Although I do want to take another wide receiver, someone that doesn't have a week 8 bye, someone that can be the wide receiver one in their team, someone like Jalen Naylor, right? Um, Obviously, we're not going to take Travis Hunter. There's so many heads there. You're dealing with BTJ, you're dealing with Parker Washington, you're dealing with Jacoby Myers. So Travis Hunter may definitely not going to be the starting person in that team. Um, I don't think we're going to bring one of these guys up. Maybe Trey Tucker seem is someone of interest, but again, if Jalen Naylor is there, we're just gonna go with that. So, no, Denzel Boston is available. He's a rookie though. We already have Deshaun Stribling. I think the Raiders are a better offense than Cleveland. So again, we'll have Denzel Boston here just as a maybe, but we'll see, right? Tyrone Tracy goes at 141, someone I was eyeing. Woody Marks goes at pick 142, someone that I was eyeing as he would have made it to us at pick 144. Chick goes at pick 143. So we're not gonna take Denzel Boston again. I feel like we can take someone that's already established in the league. Someone like Jalen Naylor. So let's take Jalen Naylor, and we are going to take. No, we had to take CJ Stroud because we kind of auto drafted there. So we are gonna take Jalen Naylor here instead of Denzel Boston. Although I am hearing great things about Denzel Boston, but there is a possibility that Denzel Boston won't have um, a big role week 1, right? So again, when I take someone at like when you take a QB in round 5 or 6, between like round 4 and 6, you can you're pretty much good at QB, right? Except for their bye week. So you could just say you could get two QBs like Caleb Williams and Patrick Mahomes and be done. I didn't really have to take CJ Stroud. I could have just waited and possibly taken Fernando Mendoza and taken like two wide receivers earlier. Maybe that could have been better. But the Jaden Higgins and Nico Collins, I'm just gonna say screw it. I'm gonna take CJ Stroud because just maybe, just in case, the Houston just go off one or more games, then obviously I have the passing offense, right? I have Higgins, I have Nico Collins, I have CJ Stroud. And just in case, and this is another reason why I like taking three QBs in best ball, because you don't know, you can't predict the future. Just in case something happens to Caleb Williams, something happens to Patrick Mahomes like last year, you have another option, right? So obviously, if two of your QBs and you just stick with one, that's bad luck. Obviously, that's why you got to draft a couple of these, or that's why you draft a couple of these. So obviously, it's just bad luck, right? But you know what I mean? So the reason is why I draft another QB. So obviously, we like to have three QBs in best ball. So all right, let's start queuing up some guys here. I think I'm pretty good at running back right now, especially with Jameer Gibbs. It's like my anchor running back, Scatterboo and DeAndre Swift all share a different buy. So I'm pretty good. Obviously, with my tight end, I am established. I am good with Tucker Craft if he stays healthy. So let's Alvin Kamara goes up pick 163, Zach Charbonnet. Obviously, we're not gonna get Zach Charbonnet here. Ugh. I would like to take another wide receiver. I think Gadsden. So Schultz is available. We might just go with the whole Houston offense here. Gaston is available. I do like Gadsden over Dalton Schultz, but just in case, um, just in case, right? The Houston offense, like I mentioned, goes off. We have the freaking we have the offense here. I mean, you could Gaston could possibly give me the same points as Zachariah Branch, but with Branch, obviously we're going for upside. We're going for some rookies here we could possibly get. Yeah, let's just take Zachariah Branch. So maybe in a reach. I mean, I could prefer. I would have that possibly preferred Gadsden, but again, we are going with the stack. We don't hate it, but Gadsden is also, I think, a great tight end. Um, let's start. Yeah, I'm not gonna take Tank Dell. Obviously, I'm not gonna take another guy with the same week buy. Cyrus Allen is someone of interest. Gunnar Helm, obviously Mike Washington. I hope Mike Washington makes it to us. I really doubt it, but he's been going up the draft boards like crazy. Um, and I get it. Keishawn Booty. Yeah, let's look at the Kansas City depth chart. Let's see if Tyquan Thornton is still in the starting slot here. He is, but obviously I think I think Cyrus Island may actually sneak in there. So All right, let's Fernando Mendoza goes at pick 173. Joan Jennings 174. Tank Dell 176. Brian Robinson pick 177. Um, you know who's also starting to look pretty interesting is the running back that played today, Katron Allen. He did freaking good today in the preseason game. So maybe just maybe we could possibly get him in round 18. Um, we may just go with wide receivers and four running backs, or if we're able to get Cyrus Allen, we're just gonna go with two tight ends with Tucker Craft and Dalton Schultz. So, dude, Gadsden's been a faller here. Why has he been a faller? Um, is it because of I don't know. And it's not the first draft that he's been falling. So yeah, I mean, is it because of Njoku? So yeah, Gadsden actually goes at pick 187. AJ Barner goes to the Sam Darnold team, right? That makes sense. Isaac Tesla. I know you guys can't see this, so I'll let you guys know. After Greg Dolchich, Dylan Sampson went, and Ray Davis, then Kenyon Sadiq, and then Isaac Tesla. Cyrus Allen goes actually at pick 189, so there goes our freaking thought of getting him. Um, did Mike Washington go? Yeah, Mike Washington. So, ugh, not great. We'll take Kayshawn Booty here. And I guess we'll take one more tight end. Yeah, I'm not gonna bring up Sean Tucker. I'm like, Sean Tucker's like, again, we're off with we're in a pretty good spot with Jameer Gibbs, Cam Scatterbo, and DeAndre Swift. So we are just gonna take the four running backs here. Hopefully, Katron Allen makes it back to us. And I mean, I don't want to take Taekwon Thornton. Taekwon Thornton was also someone of interest, but we're not gonna pass up on Keishawn Booty, right? Keishawn Booty could actually be a pretty freaking decent wide receiver. So Calvin really goes to pick 194. Did this guy take Cam Ward? He did not. So he only went with two QBs with Jalen Hurts and Cam Ward. I get it, but like I mentioned earlier, I feel more comfortable taking three QBs just in case something happens to one of the QBs, right? Which happens a lot. So Mike Washington, I wish he would have fell to me. He's just been a faller, man. I'm sorry, he's been a riser, especially after that preseason game. So if you guys don't watch preseason games, you guys need to watch them get or get a summary out of them because um, seems pretty freaking important. So Evan Engram, I know you guys can't see this. So after Knox goes, Evan Engram goes at pick 202. Taekwon Thornton at pick 203. Tolbert at pick 204. Darren Waller at 205. Makes sense. He took the Bryce Young team. I know the Panthers just signed Darren Waller, right? So um, this team at 12 is actually pretty good. Yeah, I'm liking this time, except for the Tolbert pick, but he's just going with the Miami offense to go with the stacks, right? Yeah, but I mean, Jerry Judy was still there. I would have preferred Jerry Judy. All right, so after Tolbert, Darren Waller goes at pick 205. Fields at 206, Judy 207, Theo Johnson, and oh, you guys can see this. But Katron Allen actually goes at pick 209, which sucks, right? We're hoping to get Katron Allen. He looked freaking great in the preseason game today. So Michael Mayer also looked great in the preseason game. He goes at pick 210. Um, Now I am stuck at the running backs available. Maybe I should have gone with the running back there. Ted Hurst goes at pick 211. So obviously, Nico Singleton freaking missed a block. Did not look great. I don't know if he can recover from that. Emmett Johnson is now as RB3, but we're just gonna queue up Emmett Johnson here. We are on the clock. Antonio Williams goes at pick 214. So we are just gonna take Emmett Johnson. The thing is, we do have Patrick Mahomes, so Emmett Johnson may be something, but he lost his RB2 spot. Now is the RB3. Not great, but Singleton is also in the RB3 in his team behind Tajay Spears and Tony Pollard. So it's the same situation. The thing is, with Emmett Johnson, he is in a better offense, right? And also with Emmett Johnson, he does have an RB1 that has a history of getting hurt, right? With Kenneth Walker. So I'm fine taking Emmett Johnson over Nicholas Singleton. Obviously, seemed like a great prospect, but he missed a big block and he may get punished for that. Who knows when he will see the freaking field. So, again, I know this doesn't really matter, but I do like to compare where we're at as far as projected points. So we're at 2983. See if anyone else is close. This guy's at 2928. So I do like my team over that guy, although we're like around the same thing. Um, yeah, it's not bad. Let's see if it doesn't take us long to do another one, and I might just do another one. That one went pretty quickly. So let's see. Is it still there? Yeah. Let me just show this in case you guys kind of want to see how the first couple rounds went, and I'm gonna try to get into another one just because I think it's a max 3 and it's about half filled up, and we're really trying to get in that. We're trying to max out our entries, is what I'm trying to say. It's about halfway, so I mean, we could still make it, but I'm not gonna hop on tomorrow. We have 2 left, so maybe we still have a chance to get in to our last one on Sunday, right? So yeah, it's pretty filled up. So we're like in a pretty good spot to be able to get into this pretty quickly. Hopefully I don't get the one right. Sometimes yes, I do like the one, but sometimes when I don't get my guy here, someone like I don't know. I was hoping to get Michael Pittman Jr. here. I would have possibly taken Alec Pierce and Michael Pittman. Instead of Higgins, I would have liked to get Rashad White, maybe Kelsey. So the other draft is about to start. So let's get into it. We are pick 7 here. We are pick 7. Excuse me. And I'm assuming we're going to take one of these guys. Obviously, I know we're not going to get Gibbs or Bijan or Jamar Chase or Puka. But this is actually based on the ADP is actually my actually I would prefer Amon Ra over Christian McCaffrey. I've been seeing Amon Ra go before JSN, so we'll see how that goes. Um, 6, 7, 8 people with badges here. If you guys didn't know, obviously the people with badges are experienced, have done hundreds, if not thousands, of drafts, and or have won pretty great money off of this. So Jamar Chase, obviously, like nothing crazy, so there's not much to say here. Puka Nakua, I know he's hurt right now, but I think obviously he's going to be good for week 1. Um, so we'll see how that goes, right? Let's see here. JSN goes, so CMC goes. So we are going to get our guy with Amon Ross St. Brown, and we are going to be off to a good start, especially when we need to start 3 wide receivers. So CeeDee Lamb goes to pick 8. When I take a wide receiver on the first, Chase Brown is now ahead of Marlon Hampton. That is interesting to see, but I get it, right? I get it. So when I take St. Brown, I really do like to have at least 1 or 2 RBs to the first 3, 4 rounds. Um, Obviously, at least one running back to the first 3 rounds. So we are gonna take a running back here at pick 18. So whether it's Chase Brown or Marion Hampton, not a big fan of Kenneth Walker, but he goes at pick 13, which is okay for us. Um, Someone like Devon Achan, obviously, I think is a great. Yo, AJ Brown went pretty early here, so that opens us up to be able to take one of these guys, hopefully. So, um, Janty goes. So pretty great start here with James Cook and Genty. Honestly, love that. Love that start from Ander. Devon Chan goes at pick 16. So we are going to be able to get one of these guys between Amari and Hampton and Chase Brown here. So Pickens goes. So now I am in a dilemma. Who would we rather get? Chase Brown, Marion Hampton. I think Marion Hampton can be a better running back here. I heard he was struggling a little bit. Um, but obviously Chase Brown is in a better offense. So yeah, I guess we took Chase Brown. Again, I wouldn't fault you for taking Marion Hampton. I think he is a great running back. I think he could be better than Chase Brown. But when Chase Brown and um, the whole Cincinnati offense was healthy with Joe Burrow, he just obviously went off, right? So Malik Neighbors goes to pick 20. Marion Hampton is still on the board. So what is going on? Now I'm thinking maybe I should have taken a Marion Hampton. Marion Hampton goes to the Jamar Chase team. What that is interesting to me. What is going on? What is the Marion Hampton news that I may be missing? Yeah, what is the Mike McDaniels comments here? Ugh. Oh wait. Marion Hampton will not have the backfield to himself. Keenan Mitchell would mix and okay. So there you go. That's the news. Obviously, Amarian Hampton wouldn't be the clear cut RB1. Looks like Keenan Mitchell and Vidal will actually be in there quite a bit. So I can see why he's a follower, right? But again, that doesn't take away that I think he is a great offense, and he is a great running back. So let's see who is available to us. Our guy Buka, our guy Chris Olave, or Karen Williams. So obviously love these three guys. Obviously we're able to get one or yeah. So let's go with Buka here. I mean you can argue and go with Chris Olave, but we are going for upside here. I think that Ekbuka can be a round one talent or round one pick. And with Chris Olave, obviously he is a great wide receiver. He showed sign like last year he was great. The thing is that he does get concussions, and you kind of got to be a little bit worried about that. So we're gonna go with Ekbuka, but I mean I don't love that he's freaking hurt, right? I don't like that he's hurt with his toe, but they're very optimistic he'll start week one. Ladd McConkey goes at pick 33. T. Higgins at pick 34. So let's start queuing up some guys here that we could possibly get on the way back here. I mean, I wouldn't. Josh Allen in round four, that seems great, right? I would take Scatterbo over Travis Etienne. Javante Williams goes at pick 35. I think Javante can be like a round two pick, if I'm being honest, towards like the end of round two or beginning of round three. I think they're not. Obviously, he's in a great offense as well. So Karen Williams goes up at 37. I'm actually surprised Karen Williams goes up in round four. Looks like we are going to be able to get one of these guys here. With Jalen Waddle, he shares the same buy as Buka. Obviously, I know I've done it before, get wide receivers with the same buy, but I don't love it, right? It really love when they have a different buy. So this team at 11 is looking pretty interesting. I know he only has one wide receiver, but with AJ Brown, he does have that anchor, WR1. Waddle goes at pick 39. If we're able to get Tet, I'll take Tet over these freaking running backs here. I feel like Josh Allen may go between one of these two guys. I think this guy will actually take him. So Tedero McMillan actually goes. So if Josh Allen actually falls to us at pick 42, we're gonna take yep, and he does. We're gonna take Josh Allen. Um, he is somewhat of a faller here, so we are fine on taking him. With Cam Scatterbo, I know he's coming back from an injury. It would have been great to take Cam and be have our anchor running backs. But with Josh Allen falling to us at 42, it's hard not to take him, right? And I am loving my start here. It seems like I'm just with this four picks alone, I think I am in a great spot to be the top four, right? Because let's see here. What is it? Yeah, 4 out of 12. I'm assuming I'm gonna be top four, right? So I think I'm in a great spot. Obviously, I'm gonna move Terry McLaurin down because I think I need another running back, especially in this range here. It would be great if Bucky Irving falls to us. It's not a guaranteed starter, so I don't love that. Roma Dunze, I know shares the same bias as Buka, and I said I didn't like that, but with Roma Dunze, having to be in round five, why not? So Scatterboo Swift and Baishao Turin actually goes back to back to back. So not great for us, especially because we're gonna eye running back in round five. David Montgomery is surprisingly still on the board. Hopefully Bucky Irving falls to us. Yeah, David Montgomery goes at pick 50. So um, Mike Evans goes at pick 51. Like this guy here only has one RB. This guy has only has one RB. I don't see this guy taking another RB, so um, kind of worries me, right? But again, with my next pick, I think I might just take Roman Denzel or Christian Watson is available. Or you know what? What am I saying? DJ Moore is available. We do have Josh Allen. We'll just go with the stack and not overthink it. Quinshawn Jenkins goes at pick 53. So between one of these two guys, we are taking. I prefer Bucky Irving over DJ Moore, just because we already have the two wide receivers. I know we have Josh Allen. Bucky Irving actually goes. We're just gonna take DJ Moore and don't overthink it. Settling in as Allen's top target. Yep, we're just going with the stack. Jadarian Price may take a while to settle in into the offense. I don't want to bring up these running backs here, but we may just have to bring up Ramondre. I like him over Jalen Warren. But again, with these two guys, they may lose their starting role, right? So Parker Washington goes to pick 57. Christian Watson goes to pick 58. We need two running backs. I usually have two anchor running backs by now. So it seems kind of odd to me, but the fact that I have an elite quarterback like Josh Allen, I am in a pretty freaking good spot. Trevion Henderson goes at pick 60. He was a follower there, so I get why he went. And then Ruma Dunze is someone we're actually eyeing. This guy at 11 is actually, team looks pretty solid. Um, yeah, this guy at 9 as well. I mean, I'm not a big Parker Washington fan, but I get it. Yeah, if Jadarian Price falls to us, we'll take Jadarian Price. I mean, I'd rather take Tyler Warren than Ramondre. You know, I feel like Tyler Warren may give me the same, if not more, points than Ramondre, especially because Ramondre's spot, he may lose his starting spot, right? And he is a year older. Marvin Harrison goes at pick 64. I am fine with that. So Jordan Tyson goes. We're going to take Jadarian Price. Yeah. He is a faller there. So his ADP 62. We took him at pick 66. He does kind of share the same spot as Tyler Warren. Um, but hopefully, just hopefully, we're able to get Tucker Craft on the way back, and I'll be freaking happy. I'll be over the moon. So obviously, we're not gonna take another QB, at least not anytime soon. We're pretty great at wide receiver. We have our wide receiver starters here. Our running backs, I do love Chase Brown and Jadarian Price. I think Jadarian Price may take some time to freaking settle into the league. So I don't think we may be seeing some like crazy upside from him or like some crazy points. So I would like to get another starter, someone maybe like Chuba, someone that we know is going to be a someone that's settled into the league already to kind of go through the first 3, 4, 5 weeks until like someone like Jadarian Price finally is like gets his confidence up. Um, but again, we'll see, right? So yeah, I'm fine. These guys taking QBs here. I mean, this is usually where these like elite quarterbacks go. Tony Pollard goes at pick 73. We may have a chance to get our guy Tucker Craft. I've been getting more Tucker Craft lately. There are some wide receivers here. Maybe Quentin Johnson will fall to us. I'm assuming Drake May and Joe Burrow will go here. So yeah, Drake May goes at pick 74. I mean, I don't get it, man. I don't get why people do this. I mean, I understand it. I mean, I get it, but I don't love it. Like, but I guess that's their team, right? Um, you still don't have another wide receiver to fill your starting lineup, and you already took your second year backup QB. And it's not like you had AJ Brown and Devontae Smith where you take the stacks and just kind of gamble on who's going to be the better offense. right? Between New England and Philly, you obviously don't have AJ Brown, so why take Drake May there? Our boy Tucker Craft is available. We are definitely taking Tucker Craft. Yeah, no doubt about it. Maybe we could get someone like Rico Dotto here. Maybe we could get someone like RJ Harvey. Um, Obviously not starters in their team, but maybe we could get someone like Chuba, right? Alec Pierce is also available, but you can argue like Alec Pierce is dealing with an ankle injury, and then Chuba's dealing with a freaking hamstring injury. Yeah, coach confident regarding RB1 week 1 status. Jeez. Yeah, let's check this draft board. Jaden Reed goes. I'm hearing good things about Jaden Reed. This guy that took two back-to-back running backs just goes wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver. So this guy as well, and I get it, right? Because you take two anchor running backs, something I do like doing, but I will mix in maybe a QB and a tight end in here. But these guys are off to a great start. I understand why. I understand it, right? But this guy that has Parker Washington doesn't take Trevor Lawrence. Maybe he thinks he could get him on the way back, which he probably can. Um, or in this guy that takes BTJ, like one of these guys are going to take Trevor Lawrence for sure here. Patrick Mahomes goes at that's pretty freaking early. I mean, he must be high on Patrick Mahomes. Rico Dotto goes at pick 87, so Justin Herbert. So he doesn't even go with the. Cortland Sutton is available here. I do like Cortland Sutton, but he does have a week 10 bye. I think we're just gonna bring up Chuba here. Don't love it, but again, like I mentioned, with Jadarian Price, he who did this guy take? Took Tyler Shuck. Whoa, he brought him up way up. I feel like he could have gotten him in round 9, um, but that's okay. I do want to take another wide receiver here, but like I mentioned before, with Jadarian Price, I just think he's not going to be right away established in the league, right? We need someone like Chuba that is the clear RB1 to start off. And then maybe by week 3, Jonathan Brooks is the starter in Carolina. But by then, we have Jadarian Price to go get into that, our starting lineup there. So again, people are just like writing off Chuba. I don't see it. I mean, I know he's hurt right now with the hamstring, but people need to give Chuba some respect, right? So we're not gonna take another QB for a while. Although I do like Brock Purdy, I do like Jackson Dart to give you that rushing upside. Um, so I think I'm gonna take possibly one of these two guys. Hopefully, Michael Pittman Jr. falls to us. But Alec Pierce looks like the faller here. Michael Wilson, I'd rather take Michael Pittman Jr. over Michael Wilson. We're not gonna take Kyle Manangai. We're not gonna take another tight end for a while, although I do like freaking Kyle Pitts and Harold Fannin. Um, who Xavier Worthy goes. Alec Pierce goes at pick 98 and Xavier Worthy at pick 99. Bo Nix goes at pick 100, which I get goes to the 17. Is that his first QB? That is. Don't hate it though. Bo Nix is actually, I feel like maybe a little underrated. For Bo Nix to go in round 9, that is actually pretty crazy. Michael Wilson goes. So we are able to get our guy, Michael Pittman Jr. Um, I love it. Love that pick. I am loving that pick. And Rashad White is available here. And Wanda Robinson's available here. I know Kenneth Gainwell is projected to have more points than Rashad White, but I think Rashad White is in a somewhat better offense, and I think Rashad White may be the clear RB1 by like week 5, week 4, because he's a pass catching back, right? Kenneth Gainwell is as well, but you have Bucky Irving. He also catches freaking balls. Yeah, says here that Gainwell is going to be the pass catching back while Bucky Irving is the rushing workload. But Bucky Irving also catches the balls, right? So he's also a great pass catcher. So yeah, we're going to definitely, yeah, Stefan Diggs actually goes at pick 109. Um, Hopefully these four guys don't go, but I don't think so because there's some pretty good quarterbacks here. Um, Looks like we are possibly going to be able to get one of these guys. I am a-okay taking Rashad White here. If not, we'll take Wanda Robinson. Also, think he is just going to be a great PPR guy. Yo, I'm surprised this guy took Travis Kelsey. This guy is reaching. This guy that I did like his team to first through the first 5 rounds. Guy is reaching with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey. He might be a Kansas City fan. Um, but whatever, dude. Helps our team, right? So Rashad White is available. We are going to take Rashad White as our fourth running back just because I think we need RB help. We didn't go with the double anchor RB like we usually do, similar like to these guys that take James Cook and Genty or Jonathan Taylor and Achan. Something that we do like to at least have two RBs through the first 3, 4 rounds. We didn't do that, so we're a-okay taking Rashad White here. Um, though I wouldn't, you know, I understand if you would want to take Kenneth Gainwell. I understand if you want to take Wanda Robinson. I do like Wanda Robinson. I'm not even kidding. So if Wanda Robinson actually falls those, which I doubt he will, that would be great. Um, Dalton Kincaid, I think, is expensive for round 11 tight end. I think Dalton Kincaid will. I mean, I know I could go for the stack with Josh Allen. I mean, I don't know. That's hard, right? I'd rather get another wide receiver here instead of Dalton Kincaid, and especially if I have yeah, Kincaid actually goes. I pick 121. So thank you for making my life easy, dude. Wanda Robinson goes. I pick 122. So let's highlight some guys or queue up some guys that I do like. I'm hearing great things out of Jaden Higgins. Jalen Coker's here. Deshaun Stribling's here. Hopefully, we could possibly get Deshaun Stribling on the way back. I know he seemed great, but let's see, 138. Jalen Higgins actually goes. Yeah, with Casey Concepcion, when you compare it to like Deshaun Stribling, Casey Concepcion might be a better player. Yeah, Stribling actually goes. So wow. Um, do we go with Casey Concepcion or do we go with Jalen Coker? Yeah, let's go with the faller here with Casey Concepcion. Yeah, Stribling is just flying up the freaking draft boards. He is just flying up the draft boards. He was great in preseason. And again, if you're not watching preseason, you need to watch it or you need to get the summary, read it up, get up to date, y'all, because um, things like that are just happening. With Deshaun Strickland is just going up the, it's going now in round 11. He used to go in round 15 when I first started, like around 16, 17, 18. But Shakir goes. I know we could possibly stack with Buffalo. Uh, I mean, DJ Moore's fine. I'm not gonna go around and pick up all the Buffalo offense. Um, yeah, I'm just not gonna do that. I mean, I know I only have Josh Allen, but if Malik Willis makes it to us, I think we might just actually be done. Um, Again, like I mentioned in my last draft, I at least like to take three QBs, right? Even if I have Josh Allen, I'll take a QB in the last round and just be done. Um, if I take Malik Willis here to cover Josh Allen's bye, I'm good. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. I know Tyrone Tracy's there. I do like Tyrone Tracy, but we're gonna take Malik Willis. He looked great in the preseason today, and obviously gives you the rushing upside. Let's just queue up some guys that we like here. Do like Jalen Naylor here. We're gonna see if we could possibly just get Mike Washington towards then and just be done at RB. So Denzel Boston goes up at 139, then Sam Darnold. Woody Marks goes. I'm surprised Woody Marks went before Tyrone Tracy. Why? Especially if you have Scatterbo, maybe you don't want to take the guy. Like you don't want to take your handcuff. But I would rather take my handcuff, especially if like someone like Scatterbo that was hurt. That freaking that was a bad injury, right? Obviously he seems great. But I would rather take my handcuff knowing that I have uh, the running points from the Giants, right? Scatterbo and Tyrone Tracy. So I'm surprised this guy went, especially because they share the same buy. Maybe you want to go with a guy that has a different buy, but you go with a running back with the same buy. So I don't get it. Again, kind of watch out for that. So, seems like Jenny Naylor may make it to us. I am freaking pretty happy that might happen. Um, Omar Cooper goes at pick 148. I'm fine with that. So let's see here. I hate when they take forever, and I love taking forever. Zach Charbonnet goes. Fine. Brendan Strange goes. Yeah, let's take Jalen Naylor here. And I mean, even if Trey Tucker falls, we may just take Trey Tucker. Opens us up to be able to take. Do I just still have that one? Obviously, Greg Dulcich, Fernando Mendoza. Um, some guys that I like that I'm just gonna queue up here. So Tajay Spears goes up two. Looks like this guy's taking more RBs than wide receivers here. Oh, I see what he's doing. He's making up for not taking an RB through his first three rounds. Um, and then he goes with Olave and Tyson, and then he goes with the Lamb and Pickens. I don't hate it, and I understand what you're doing. And then he goes with Ferguson and Juwan Johnson. So he's going with like the same team's offense, right? He's going with the New Orleans offense with Travis Etienne, Kamara. just like capitalizing on that offense. Tyler Shug, Jordan Tyson, Chris Olave. Like I really do think that New Orleans is going to improve like crazy. But for you to just put all your money on New Orleans, because on the week 8 bye, you're going to be hurting, right? You're going to be hurting, but I guess you have the Cowboys to cover you on that bye. But I mean, I get it, man. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I mean, I've done something similar, but when you're going with every single wide receiver and running back, that might be a problem. All right, John Jennings goes at pick 159, Trey Harris at 160. Obviously, we're not going to take another of these running backs here. I know Gadsden's there. I know I was kind of like hyping him up here. Oh, jeez. Malik Washington. We get sniped with Malik Washington here. Gadsden's available. I think we might just take Greg Dulcich. I know it's way of a reach. Man, that's a reach. Um, that was like such a reach there, but I froze. Not a great way to freeze here. But we are going with the stack, right? We are trying to stack Malik Willis. Maybe we could have gotten snipe, but obviously don't love it. Um, I don't think I'm gonna get Gadsden. I was thinking of considering taking him, maybe taking Greg Dulcich on the way back, but it's fine. I don't know. Mitchell goes at 166. But again, like with Marshawn Lloyd is someone interesting too, but I'm not gonna take Marshawn Lloyd. Um, Especially if I'm just gonna gamble and see if I could get Fernando Mendoza maybe in round 16, right? But maybe I can. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see if these guys, how are they doing in QBs? They got 2, 2, 2, 2. So they actually take Fernando Mendoza if he doesn't actually go here. So we'll take Fernando Mendoza here. Where are we at with wide receiver? We're at 6. So I think we are just gonna go with that 3 QB, 5 running backs, 7 wide receivers, and 3 tight ends. Um, so we are gonna take Fernando Mendoza here. I don't love it, but especially when Bryce Young's available. Do we go with Bryce Young? I mean, I don't have anyone with. I mean, Branch is available. Here, let's move up Zachariah Branch. Ugh, Fernando Mendoza went. Um, yeah, I mean, if Branch makes it back to us, we're gonna take Branch here. You know what? We are gonna take Mike Washington. Mike Washington has been just going up the draft boards, and so I am just thinking we might actually just take Jack Bash as our last wide receiver in about round 18. Um, so if we take Mike Washington here, we'll take a tight end here, and then we'll just take. Well, we'll see who's available, right? So Mike Washington goes. We'll take Branch. Maybe Jacoby Lane's available. We'll take him. Gunnar Helms also someone I think is just gonna go off. Gaston was still available at pick 175. He would have made it. He made it to me. So I feel like these are some reaches here in round 14 and 15, but it's okay, right? It's like later in the rounds that you could like some of these guys may not even give you some points, right? Someone like Adonai Mitchell or Pacheco just may be buns, right? So Greg Dulcich may give me more value than Ferguson, Bigsby, some of these guys, right? So Gunnar Helm goes at pick 183. Makes sense. Goes to the Cam Ward guy. Okay, more team. Oh, sorry, I know you guys can't see this. So after Sadiq, um, Jacoby Lane goes from Baltimore at pick 181. Schultz goes at pick 182. Gunnar Helm at 183. Waller and then Singleton. Yo, this is like pretty interesting. Singleton goes before Mike Washington. Uh, Branch is also available. So we're just going to take Mike Washington and be done at RB. Zachariah Branch is available. I think he's a great rookie that is showing like great freaking signs. So if he falls all the way back to us, that might be good. But if not, we'll take Keyshawn Booty as our last wide receiver. Um, I might just go with 8 wide receivers. I'm not in a line. Yeah, I am loving this team. I mean, I don't love it, but I am really liking this team. I think I am good with my top 3 wide receivers with St. Brown, Book, and DJ Moore. Michael Pittman on my bench, great. Casey Concepcion, great rookie, right? Great prospect. Jalen Naylor is the wide could possibly be the wide receiver one in his team. So him being on my bench, great, right? I definitely need another wide receiver here, just because, yeah, none of them share the same week by. So I am loving this team. So Branch actually goes at pick 192. Jeremy Bernard goes before Branch, but I guess they saw the game and saw how Buns Tua was. So I get it. So we are thinking of taking Keishawn Booty. I think Keishawn Booty may give us more points than Jack Bash. Not targeting in the preseason season opener. I don't know if that's good. Do we just go with the backup running back? No, we're done an RB. I mean, Keishawn Booty might get traded, right? So yeah, I think I know what I'm gonna do here. So we're gonna take, yeah, Keishawn Booty's here. We're gonna take Keishawn Booty. You know what? Jerry Judy is available. We're gonna take Jerry Judy. Yeah, we're gonna take the Cleveland offense past hamstring injury. Well, what's going on here? Oh, he's past the hamstring injury. Yeah, we're gonna take Jerry Judy. He is somewhat of a faller here. Um, his ADP was 187. We took him at pick 199. I know Keishawn Booty was available, but I'm fine with this. Fine with this pick. And at tight end, we are just gonna take our guy to stack with Fernando Mendoza, Michael Mayer. Again, with the Clint Kubiak offense, there is, and then Michael Mayer is a great tight end, right? Just Brock Bowers just showed up, and it's just like, who the heck is freaking Michael Mayer? But guys, forget he's a great offense. Also, looked great in the preseason game. So let you guys know. Brandon Allen, I know you guys can't see this, but after Allen, pick 201. Also, great preseason game. The only thing is he's with the Jets, right? So not very great. Allen goes at pick 201, then Ridley goes at 202, Ray Davis at 203, Andres Los, I forget how to pronounce it, Aosavias, the guy from Cincinnati, goes at pick 204. Um, Kohler goes at pick 205. Keishawn Booty finally goes at pick 206. Let's see. Keenan Allen goes at pick 207. And then you guys are going to be able to see this, but let's see who goes here so we can finally get our guy and be done with this draft. Pretty great team, in my opinion. especially because we got Mike Washington to pair up with Mendoza. And we got Jalen stack with Mendoza here as our last and third QB. Malik, we didn't get a wide receiver. We weren't able to get Malik Washington, but we were able to get the stack with the tight end Greg Dulcich, right? So I don't know. Obviously, we know that Josh Allen is going to lead this team as QB. So I think we're in a pretty great spot here. Again, I know you could argue why take a third QB. You're dumb for taking a third QB, especially if you have Josh Allen. Really doubt that he is just going to be the starter throughout the whole season, except for week 7. But you never know, right? You can't predict the future. What if he gets hurt? What if he's out for a couple weeks or 1 or 2 weeks? Um, and so we have Malik Willis to give us that backup. We do have Fernando Mendoza that we kind of think is going to be the guy after week 4 or 5, right? So um, don't hate this team. I don't absolutely am crazy over the moon for this team, but I think we are in a great. I think we have a great team, pretty good team. Right? Who is the wide receiver one in with the Browns? Is it Casey Concepcion? Is it going to be the wide receiver one? I mean, we do have Jerry Judy, so Jerry Judy and Casey Concepcion. Also, Denzel Boston is there. I know I'm hearing great things about Denzel Boston, but um, yeah, I think we're gonna freaking just between one of these two guys, they're gonna be as a starter. I know you guys can't see this, but between Casey Concepcion and Jerry Judy, we're just gonna take those points right from the Cleveland offense. Hopefully, they're always playing from behind, so they're always throwing the ball. But obviously, great QB with Josh Allen. Um, Great tight end with Tucker Craft. I know you guys can't see this, but Tucker Craft. Great 1-2 running back with Chase Brown and Jadarian Price. Hopefully, he is the guy that obviously he is in a great offense, right? So hopefully, he's just like that guy there. If not, obviously, we have Chuba Hubbard to kind of be the leader in his back row through the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks until maybe Jonathan Brooks ends up being the lead back there. But Rashad White is possibly going to be the RB1 in his team as well because Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt doesn't catch the ball, right? Um, Also with Mike Washington, I think he is because he's in a Clint Kubiak offense, he is going to may have some red zone touches there. So not bad, man. I think not bad, especially with St. Brown, like Buka, DJ wide receiver 1, 2, and 3, Michael Pittman Jr., Casey Concepcion, Jalen Naylor. Obviously, they are both possibly the wide receiver. All right, Michael Pittman Jr., Casey Concepcion, and Jalen Naylor could possibly be the wide receiver one in their team, if not already. And so for them to be on my bench, I think we are in a great spot. And obviously, Jerry Judy here. So pretty great freaking team. And I know again these projections don't mean much, but let's see what we kind of compare to the other people we drafted with. So we're at about 2950. This guy's at 2978, but you could see it's inflated because he did take 4 QBs there. Um, and so kind of went into his wide receiver slot. But when you take Devontae Smith and Makai Lemon, someone from the same team, and we have Jalen Hurts, that is great, right? But there's no reason for you to take Jacoby Brissett. There was absolutely no reason. Maybe he just kind of like auto drafted there, but with Jalen Hurts, Drake May, and Aaron Rodgers, I would have been done. I mean, you could have just been done with Jalen Hurts and Drake May. So possibly just kind of hurt his own team, but that's okay. That helps us as far as like getting more advancement, right? So I am really liking this draft. I am really happy that I'm going to sleep with this draft. So this is the guy that took the whole Dallas and New Orleans offense, right? Yeah, Shug, ETN, Alvin Kamara, Chris Olave, Jordan Tyson, Juwan Johnson, and then he has Dak Prescott from Dallas, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, and Jake Ferg. So pretty interesting. So I mean, you can see why he's projected so low, but this guy went the with the Rams offense, and I get it. He went with Ferg, Matthew Stafford. This guy's at 29-21. Let's look at his team. Great QB room. Does only take four running backs though. Great wide receiver room. Ladd McConkey, Ted, Parker Washington. I mean, decent wide receiver room, right? Um, but that team seemed okay. So yeah, I mean, looking at these other teams, obviously I know can't predict the future, but my team is freaking great, and I'm happy I'm going to sleep after drafting this team because very good chance we are in the freaking at least through the first 15 weeks, right? So pretty good, man. I am loving this team. I am a bit closer to 20K, so do like this team more than the team I drafted before this. Obviously, don't not a great running back room, but I do have Chase Brown to anchor me down. Amon Rods and Buka and DJ Moore to anchor me down. So obviously Tucker Craft, if he is the tight end that we all predict he is going to be, similar like he was last year before he got hurt, we're in a great spot. So again, appreciate you guys. Let me know what you guys want to see. Feel free to leave a comment. Subscribe. I don't know if you have any questions. Let me know if you want to draft. We'll see how we can do it together. But I appreciate you guys. See you. Peace.